Hello and welcome. You're on Friday Double Bill, India's one and only full-length film review show. I think if you're anywhere close to a theatre these days, it's a good time to go in. My name is Mayank Fahad. Fahad Samar will let you know why.
Exactly. Now coming up on the show are two rather infantile sounding films, first of which is Baby, the next Dolly Ki Dolly, followed by our reviews of The Imitation Game, The Theory of Everything and American Sniper. Oscar buzz all the way.
The film Baby, directed by Neeraj Pandey, is an action thriller named after a special armed forces unit that deals in top secret missions set abroad. Akshay Kumar plays the main guy of this unit. During the film, he undertakes three major operations, starting with Istanbul, then Kathmandu, and finally Saudi Arabia. The target is both the Indian Mujahideen and the Lashkar-e-Toiba. What this Indian spy group called Baby intends to do essentially is avert a terror attack that's being planned at the moment.
You know, Mayank, I think what is so important in this age of television shows like 24, right, where you have the Jack Bauer character who's so effective in terms of dealing with counter-terrorism, uses torture without any compunctions. Obviously, the Akshay Kumar character has been based on this character, and you've also got a lot of Argo,
right,
you know, the Oscar-winning film. So this is a combination of that. Really slick, beautiful cinematography by Sudeep Chatterjee, who's done outstanding work. Slick as it comes, but maybe 40 minutes too long as far as I'm concerned, because you just have the same thing. You know, I think this is a film that really was in need of an editor more than anything else. You've also got this blaring background score, and I think with the advent of Dolby Atmos, it's going to be a while before our Indian filmmakers realize that less is sometimes more. Having said all that, I think this is probably one of the best films that Akshay Kumar has done in a long, long time. Neeraj has acquitted himself admirably in terms of just having a great grasp on it, except, like I said, there are scenes that could just have been easily lopped off in the last 40 minutes of the film, and the film would have been so much better. Would you agree?
Well, this is an Akshay Kumar film, Fahad, you're forgetting. And the fact that we can even discuss this movie is a big deal to begin with. Because I think Akshay Kumar, I think last film that we watched of his was called Entertainment,
yes,
which was anything but entertaining. And that's not even, you know, the tip of the iceberg, because he does about 4 or 5 films every year, which
well, don't forget, actually, no, we survived good old
Shaukeens that you liked, by the way.
Shaukeens, which I actually liked very much, and I thought he did a great job of sending himself up. So I have a new respect for Akshay Kumar.
Yeah, so I mean, talking about his entire career, so to say, I think even he will be embarrassed by watching his own retrospective, to be very fair to him. I don't think he makes films keeping a story in mind as such, but I think his presence is good enough for his audiences, and from that perspective, I think this is an incredible movie, you know, because it's a movie, you know, and it stars Akshay Kumar. It has a storyline, although I'm not too sure about the plot. I think the plot was much stronger in Special 26, which is the last film that Akshay did with Neeraj Pandey, the same director, who I think is a fine talent. I think he knows how to create tension and then to release it and then to create it again. I think that's the only reason that we managed to watch a film that doesn't have much of a storyline, that is detailed, yes, but you don't even know who this character is as such. Is he a raw agent? Is he a cop? Because he seems to deal with cops. And what kind of spy has direct access to the Home Minister of India, you know? So in that sense, I think I'll have to give it to the director, because with very flimsy screenplay, he managed to hold your attention.
Well, you know, I mean, what kind of spy has access to the Home Minister is Jack Bauer. Obviously, it's the same story, and I think Anil Kapoor playing Jack Bauer, the Desi version thereof, this is clearly that. I mean, you know, there's a wonderful scene in the film, which is my favorite, where he goes to interrogate a suspect, and he's not sure whether he's going to be a tough nut to crack. So he lays a really long danda and a jar of Vaseline in the interrogation room, and the guy says, "I'll tell you whatever you want, just back away from me." I thought that was hysterical.
Well, we're getting into the moments now, which means quite clearly we'll get into the oh my god moments from Baby.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, there are two women in this film. One plays Akshay Kumar's wife, who has a really redundant role. She gets on your nerves every time she appears.
It's the same phone call again and again.
Mercifully, you know, she has a very limited role to play. And then there is this other raw agent, this baby unit, who is the honey trap, played by a little known starlet called Tapsi Pannu. who just did a truly kick-ass job, quite literally.
Yeah.
Because in Nepal, she goes after this, you know, Mujahideen kind of character who's supposedly hanging out in Nepal, and she really kicks his butt.
Right.
And it's a wonderful role reversal because you have Akshay Kumar rushing to save her, but in fact, she doesn't need any saving. On the contrary, she gives it to him good and proper. So good on you.
No,
I
absolutely.
think this is great stuff.
I'm glad that you picked that as your oh my god moment, because that was also the one that I thought, you know, in terms of, you know, just the role reversal, in terms of the way that particular scene comes, the way the character is treated, because we know very little about most other characters in this film, as it is true for most Akshay Kumar movies, but I think each one is dealt with some finesse, you know. Even someone like a Rana Dugapatti, he's a fine looking guy, has exactly 1 or 2 lines in the entire film. He's chosen to do this movie for just that appearance, but you know, it's just in the writing. I think even Anupam Kher, for that matter, you know, they all appear for 2 or 3 minutes, but they all leave an impact, and I think that for me is really oh my god.
So Mayank, I think refreshingly in the new year, one can unequivocally say this is a film that you should watch. Theatre mein dekho. By all means, on this weekend itself. It's a real paisa vasool film as far as I'm concerned. Go for it. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a double dekho from our end. One, that it's an Akshay Kumar movie, and I think at some level we're doing social service by ensuring, or at least encouraging Akshay Kumar to do films of this nature, which have a storyline to begin with, or at least is a film to start with. And yes, dekho, theatre pe dekho. Perhaps is weekend ko dekho. Well, that brings us to the end of Friday Double Bill. Tell us what you think of the show. Tell us what you think of the movies. We'll be very happy to get back to you.